Cafe, ready as they shape, thought find out, and every conversation explores the art of thinking beyond the obvious. And today I have my special guest. One of her advocacy nature does not hurry, yet everything is accomplished. None other than Miss Nicolette Nierras.
Thank you so much for having me, Daniel.
Welcome, welcome, Miss Nicolette. Abstract Essay, can you please introduce more about yourself that I miss?
Okay, well, hi everyone. My name is Nicolette Nierras. As we spoke about just a couple of seconds ago before starting the interview, I am a chartered accountant, still am, but I made a transition to the field or the world of psychology in 2020. And I have since done, you can say it, my inner work for the past 6 years. Still am doing it at the moment, but right now I'm coaching people to do the same. So excited to share my journey with you all.
Yes, and thank you so much for sharing your knowledge and wisdom to the world, Miss Nicolette. Thank you, thank you,
I love the
thank
pause.
you. We have a lot of audience, so they are cheering you. And thank you so much. From chartered accountant to soulful coach, redefining success and fulfillment in chaotic world. That will be our topic for today. So let's start at the beginning. What are the
Mm.
specific soul crushing moment or growing sense of dissonance that made you realize the measured, predictable world of chartered accountant could no longer contain who you were becoming?
Okay. Well, that has to go way back to the childhood that I had or my upbringing. So, in the beginning, my parents, especially my father, he was always one to say, "Hey, Nick, we don't come from a very well off family. So, the only thing I could give you is education." And that's what he did. He instilled in my mindset that the key to education is the key to changing your life is education. So, I was that kid going after A's, becoming a valedictorian, just to what? Just to create my own version of success. And at the time, my own version of success was me equating myself to having the houses, the cars, and the number of the money in my bank account.
Mm-hmm.
That's what he always told me. And perhaps I cannot blame him. It is what he knew or what he knows now according to his generation. You gotta earn and save, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I bought into that narrative as well. So up until 17, I got the grades. I thought to myself, okay, how do I get a lot of money without without doing too much? But I was always the hardworking person. I would say hardworking girl. But the thing is, with me, I think I sort of have ADHD, not properly diagnosed,
Mm-hmm.
but I figured it out now much later in while I'm now that I'm older. So I've always liked this different things. I could be an accountant, but at the same time, I want to challenge myself in a totally different area. So 180 change, just to prove to myself if I could do it or not. So I wanted to become a cardiologist, one of the options, a pilot, even a police woman at one point. But a policewoman to me, and I was thinking, I was being realistic. Policewomen may not earn me so much, and I gotta run around the town, catch all those bad people. So no, scrape that off my list. A pilot requires a lot of money. So I'm like, I'm not willing to borrow. I'm not willing. I don't even have the heart to ask my dad to borrow some money just for my education. So that's no. Cardiologist, I can, provided I go after scholarship. But I don't like the idea of being bonded to an institution who actually funds me. So that's how it is in Malaysia.
Mm-hmm.
So if the government funds you, they can send you abroad, but then you have to come back and serve the country. So I didn't like that idea. So I said, okay, what's the fastest way for me to get certified and get employed? So I said I scouted around. I didn't want to go through the traditional route of obtaining a degree. So I found this professional course called ACCA. So
Uh-huh.
it's from the UK. So it's a chartered accountancy, and I'm like, okay, the requirements were 9 papers. All you got to do is pass those 9 papers, and then complete at least 3 years of practical experience, and then you're off. You can go. So, and then you can actually do it before, during, or after your education, that 3 years. So, what I did was I set my mind, I charted my path at the time when I was 17, and I said, okay, I'm going to go and study this, and then work part time. So, I did that when so I entered the workforce at the age of 19. And then by 21, I was already working full time and studying part time. So I graduated in 2014. So by 2014, I already had gotten 5 years of experience under my belt. So I'm like, okay, this is nice. I feel like I could do this. I was already climbing up the corporate ladder, and everything was going well. So the only thing that was missing at the time was the love of my life.
Mm-hmm. The
So
love of your
but
life. Okay.
yeah. And so I started scouting. I started praying for a I don't even want to use the word soulmate, because I now know actually has very different meaning. People say soulmate is just, your lifetime partner, but I beg to differ. So much more than that. Let's just put it this way, simply my life partner. So I remember praying, and I found that person, and we got together very fast. Okay, so at the time, remember how I was trying to prove my worth by achieving all those accolades and not incurring, accumulating those wealth. So I did that, but at the core of it, I didn't know who I was, or what should my purpose be. Is it just about making money?
Mm-hmm.
And so all of these things attracted me, my reality, including the person that I married. So at the time, there were red flags, but I went ahead anyway. Okay. But the juxtaposition of that is that it's meant to happen. I'm meant to do that. Now, if you see it from one plane, I'd say to myself, one part of me would say, Nicolette, what are you doing? You're making a grave mistake. And then it seems like the world was, you know, could, they conceded to that idea that I was making a mistake. But I wanted to prove to myself and to them that, I could go ahead with this. So I went ahead. Then after 2 years, things fell apart between me and my ex-husband. And that basically started my whole journey of discovering who I am at my core, the people that I'm attracting, the type of opportunities that I'm bringing into my life. And because if you looked at it, you are only attracting the people that you haven't healed. Okay. I
Mm-hmm.
remember saying this, Daniel. I might as well get married to this person right now because he loves me more than I love him. How how would what's the term? That is such a bad thinking, or even what kind of a mindset did I have at the time to actually enter into such a sacred, um at least for me, when you're getting married, it is supposed to be something that you should hold very close to your heart. And at the time, the values that I hold was already wrong in all the places, right?
Mhm.
So the foundation was wrong, obviously it crumbled, and that started me on this path of understanding the human psyche, trying to understand the human psyche, trying to understand the decisions that I made, why I did that. And well, to bring it back to my point is that I had to understand my own worth, because I didn't know my own worth then. So I kept on saying yes, 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 yes. Even the pattern was from my dad, from my family. I love him very much. I attribute myself or my success, biggest part of it, to him. But there were things that he carried on that was not healed, and I carried on. I took it upon myself, and then I carried, and it was reflected into my life. And I needed to understand it. I needed to unlearn that and relearn on my own terms. So, 15 minutes later, here we are right now. In 2023, I pivoted from professional world, started my own podcast, talking to people over the world as well. And then last year, started my own company, as you can see from this shared screen. And latest development,
Mhm.
I
Latest.
yeah, latest development. In November, I got invited back to join my old firm in a different capacity, though, to be a partner of the firm. So I'm
Wow.
back in the professional field as we speak. So I am doing quite a few things right now, and I've never felt more aligned than ever.
Congratulations! You need an applause for that, Miss Nicolette. Congratulations!
Daniel, thank you.
Yes. This shift is not just a career change, it's a philosophical one. Now, how do your definition of value and success transform from optimizing balance sheets to optimizing human potential and well-being?
Oh, such a deep question.
Yes, dude, so deep. Value and
Okay,
success.
L- let me try that. Let me try that. I think the key, Daniel, is staying still and really honing in into the things that trigger you. And when I say trigger, it's usually used in a bad, um, through a negative lens. It has a bad ring to it. Trigger. Oh, he or she triggers me whenever he or she does that. But I think the values, when you're aligned with your values, and that means aligning your heart, your mind, and your soul, that is actually you being abundant, and that is actually the equivalent to you being successful. So at least that is my framework.
That's your
And it
framework, and thank you for
yes,
sharing it.
yes. And if I could add,
Yes, go ahead.
what are you tolerating when it comes to values? Are you tolerating because, I'm just going to take myself as an example. You're at a certain age and all your peers are getting married. Should you also follow that? When you know deep down it's not the time yet. You're meant to achieve something more. Because if you do go ahead and you go against your intuition, your values, the universe will find its way to humble you and shake you up, and then you're gonna have to course correct. And
Yes.
it's often through major changes in your life, like loss of a job, a divorce, or a breakup, a very bad breakup, or it could be you being diagnosed with something serious.
Something
So
serious. Mm.
yes, yes.
Wow, interesting indeed, Miss Nicolette. And what old belief about money, security, and practicality did you have to audit and rewrite during this transition?
Whew, a lot of things, but mainly the fear that I'm not gonna have enough.
Mm.
Because almost every time, Daniel, every time I am presented with a situation that would make me choose between me having faith that it's gonna be okay, even though it goes against my logical belief. For example, again, I'm going to take myself as an example, my car. Okay.
Mhm.
Um, because last year, remember, just recently I got invited to be back in the professional field, right? So the whole of
Mhm.
last year I was back home. Back home is the opposite of East Malaysia. Okay, so right now
Mhm.
I'm in Kuala Lumpur, East Malaysia. That's where my parents are. I had to do that because number one, I got laid off. Okay, and that
Mhm.
made me switch the whole trajectory. Then I wanted to become. Then that's when I started building my business, and of course, logically, I had to lower my finances, right? My expenses. Sorry. So I had to go back and cut all my expenses, let go of the lease of my house. But then I have my car, and I frequent KL and Sabah. So the car has to be left here. And then obviously it has been left for about a year now that I'm back. It started giving me problems. And just as I was starting to build up my finances back, because after I got offered again, right? The first month I was already thinking in my head, being an accountant, okay, you know what? Let me see. If I save this much of money by the end of 2026, I'll have this much. The first week that I got paid, I was already tasked to pay to use up all of that money that I planned on saving. So there off it went. And then three times, okay? The second time I was also tasked to pay about a lot. It was a lot, okay? And then
Mhm.
the third time was the biggest dent, okay? But deep down, I know that there's a bigger purpose to this. The universe is trying to tell me that okay, we're going to make everything new for you. Though it has to come from you, but you got to have faith, you know? And I had to go and travel for work. It was about 700 kilometers, and that car needed to be in at least great shape. So imagine if I had to go and I had not figured that all out, got it fixed, what would happen? Something else would have happened. Maybe I would have a punctured tire along the way, or the engine won't work, etc. So the point of me saying that, Daniel, every time there's this unexpected expenses, I'm just gonna go back, make an example as based on my own life. Universe always made sure that the money is never gonna stop. It was always gonna be enough and more. So it's akin to me saying, if you have the faith and you trust that it will come to you, it will. It sounds woo woo now, but it's true. I mean, just look at yourself, Daniel. Everything that you have now, you prayed for it, right?
Yes,
Somehow.
definitely, yes. All
So
the
yes.
success and everything, all the hard work, I prayed for it.
Exactly.
So, Miss Nicolette, before we wrap up our discussion for today, I'm inviting you to please do listen to my other podcast, people, my other podcast, because my abstract essay is already in fifth season or sixth season already this year. My abstract
Wow.
poetry in its third season.
Yay.
Yes, and of course, my book 101 review in sixth season too, comedy 101 third season, and my food 101 is sixth season as well. Geography 101, Love Letters, Movie 101 Review, Music 101, fifth season, Science 101, Sex 101, and coming fourth season of my baby podcast. Trivia 101, Law 101, Mental Health 101, Motivation 101, Entrepreneurship 101, and of course, my Bible Verses 101. Please listen to them wherever you listen your podcast. So, Miss Nicolette, what is your ultimate hope for the professionals, the successful by searching souls who hear your story? What is a permission, a slip, or a catalyst you want to journey to provide for them?
Thank you. I want to add on to the part where you said you have attained all of your successes now, right? And it's because of your hard work and because somehow you knew there's this vision place inside of you that you're gonna get everything. You don't know how you're gonna get there, but somehow you know you're gonna get there. So I'm gonna tie
Yes.
it back to this message that I'm gonna leave with everybody listening, tuning in right now. Number one, if you're lost at the moment and something in this conversation stirred your soul, I want you to, I want to invite you to ask yourself, if you were to strip away all of your successes, your sorrows, and your sadness, who are you at your core? Are you a good daughter? Are you a good friend? Are you a good servant of the community? Are you a person of faith? Okay. And I invite you to measure, determine your worth based on that, not based on the $1 million in your account or the $5 in your account. That's number one. And then number two, you said it right at the start of the conversation, fail often, fail fast, and fail forward. That's one side of the coin. The other side of the coin is almost a paradox to that. Nature is never in a hurry, yet everything is accomplished.
Indeed. Oh, what a beautiful, beautiful ending, Miss Nicolette. So inspiring, and thank you so much for inspiring us. Thank you so much for sharing your knowledge and wisdom to the world. So, can you please invite our listeners to support your business, your advocacy, or whatever projects that you're doing right now?
Yes, thank you for this, Daniel. So, everyone, if you want to talk to me or something stirred within your soul and you say, hey, perhaps Nick could help me with my issues, or just want to have a conversation, head on to my website, www.thenicknierrasholisticlifestyle.com. I'm also available on all social media, almost all, I'm on Instagram, TikTok, I'm on YouTube, I'm on LinkedIn for those professionals out there, X and Threads as well. So everything is available in my website. And I look forward to hearing from you.
Yes, people, let's support Miss Nicolette Nierras because if you support her for sure, more and more empowering advocacy like this will rise. So, Miss Nicolette, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, Daniel. You have a great evening.
Likewise, great morning over there, or even in the middle
Morning.
of morning. Good
Yes.
morning, Malaysia, truly Asia.
Age.
Yes. So, Modikan
Thank
people,
you.
see you soon.